Lucina, good morning.
Hi, Sean. I'm just phoning about, you were talking about gay people forcing churches to marry.
Well, look, the government, gay marriage, that's the bill before Parliament to allow gay marriage, which would be marriage in the eyes of the law between people of the same sex. But the question has now arisen whether or not churches should get dispensation to be allowed to continue to discriminate against gay people and say you can't get married in our church.
Well, I think they should get dispensation, and I don't think people who are attracted to those of the same sex are being discriminated against, because when you go to get married, well, in a Catholic church, I'm Catholic, there's no test to say, are you attracted to people of the same sex?
Yeah.
There's only, you just got to make sure that you're marrying someone who isn't divorced, the lady who spoke before, and that they're not your sister or your mother or, someone else like that. And so there's no impediments to getting married.
Yeah.
But an impediment to getting married is, of course, you can't marry someone of the same sex.
But you can. This is what this bill would say you could do. So
that's redefining a word, though, isn't it? It's saying that black is white, and we're all going to agree that black is white. Or maybe that's not a good example. Or we're all going to agree that we're going to call all cats dogs because we don't like calling them cats. We'd rather just call them dogs. It's sort of like...
So you are saying marriage is between a man and a woman and no piece of legislation is going to change your mind on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, okay, do you still like the idea that if you're divorced you can't get married in the Catholic Church?
Well, I experienced that with my husband who was divorced, and we had to go through the whole annulment process to prove that his first marriage wasn't actually a marriage. So,
what did that involve?
Oh, that's quite a long, drawn-out process.
Oh, come on, tell us about it. I'm fascinated.
Well, it was basically just investigating his marriage and...
how many times they had sex?
No, the intent of the marriage. So,
how long was he married to his first partner for?
2 years.
Well, one presumes that they were married then.
One of the things that prove whether or not you really are married is whether or not you intend to have children. And his intent before they got married was that they wouldn't have children. And the other intent that he had as they got married was if it didn't work out, they'd get divorced, and that's not actually true intent to get married if you think, if it doesn't work out.
This sounds like a post-rationalisation for getting divorced so he could marry you.
Well, he didn't meet me at the time. He didn't know me at the time.
Have you guys had kids?
Yes.
Oh, you have, okay.
Yeah, and I was a Catholic that hadn't practiced for a long time, so I came back into the church about 6 years ago, and then had to sort out all this stuff with my marriage and everything. So. And
you're saying because gay people can have children?
Yes, they can, and they can get married.
So why doesn't the church let them get married?
They can get married. Yeah. If a gay man wants to get married, he just has to follow the same rules as every other man has to. He has to find a willing woman who is not related to him.
Why can't he find a willing man?
Because then it won't be marriage.
Why not?
Because for it to be marriage, he needs to find a woman.
Why? Because they can adopt children.
They can, but it's...
So what is the difference?
As I said before, it's like calling all cats dogs. You can insist that your cat is a dog, but it's still a cat.
But if the idea of marriage in the eyes of the Catholic Church is that two people who love each other get together with the intent of having and raising children...
Yes.
And gay couples get together with the intent of having and raising children, you're discriminating against them if you don't let them get married in the church.
Well, normally, when you get married, it means the intent is there that you will accept any children that come of your union.
Yeah.
And gay people, two men cannot naturally create children.
No, but they might have children that come to them as a result of their union.
They might.
Through adoption. See, I'm just asking you to see it a slightly different way.
Yeah. They might. just like an infertile couple may adopt children, but for an infertile couple, if all things were working normally for them, they could have children, but there's some sort of issue.
Okay, but Lucina, you're saying to your mind marriage is something that the church defines and the state shouldn't tell them how to define it.
Exactly, and marriage existed before the state existed. Marriage existed before the church existed.
Yep.
So
all right.
It's like a primal sort of thing that we have that the state is interfering with.
I thank you for your call.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.